I've been following Lang. Routine is inconsistent, no fixed schedule. Arrival times vary, and meetings appear unplanned, but they're not. People come to him, not the other way around. Short interactions, low volume, no visible exchange, and yet every individual that leaves moves with purpose. Changes direction immediately, does not linger. He doesn't run the place like a business, he uses it like a node. Attempted audio capture inside Rooster's Rest. 3 placements, all clean installs, all functional, all useless. Playback results. Static inconsistencies, volume dips at key moments, interference with no identifiable source. Not constant. Only when he's speaking. Not a tech issue, too precise. I repositioned. Retested. Same result, clear audio until it matters. Lang. Eventually, everything roots back to him eventually. Not directly. Never directly, but indirectly. Too many overlaps, too many alignments, too many decisions that echo his patterns. He doesn't behave like a leader. He behaves like a reference point. Others don't wait for his orders. They act in ways that match what he would do. That's worse. That means he doesn't need to speak. I've been approaching this wrong. I've been studying them like they're reacting. Talon. They're not reacting. They're positioned. Before events happen, before relevance exists, which means either they're predicting outcomes or no, write it properly. They're not ahead. They're aligned. This dude's giving them so much aura. Need to keep sketching and make different concepts of this mask? I need to end. Okay. Whoa. I need to end Talon. I need to try to save this city, this world. No one has seen the mask. We are just guessing. I sketched again. It doesn't match. Angle is wrong. Proportions shift. I thought I made a mistake. I didn't. I compared it to the first sketch. They're different. Why can't I draw it the same way twice? Either. I'm misremembering it every time I look away, or it isn't staying the same. I need to be careful how I write this. I did not see it. That's not accurate. I was in proximity to it. That's closer. There was an individual standing still, not interacting, not speaking. And I knew... No, I didn't know. I assumed that it was the same thing referenced in the file. The mask. I looked directly at it. I remember smooth surface, no features, almost reflective. That's already wrong, because when I tried to sketch it, immediately after I drew something different. Sharpened edges, more angular. I checked again. Second sketch, different again. Why does it change after I look away? I went back over my memory. Tried to hold it in place. I couldn't. It slips every time. Like it doesn't exist in a way that can be fixed. Fuck. I saw him. I don't care what the reports say. I saw him. Not clearly. Not enough to describe, but enough to know he wasn't like the others. He didn't move like someone involved. Didn't react. Didn't observe in the way people observe. He stood there like everything had already happened. Like he wasn't watching events unfold. He was watching them complete, and no one questioned it. That's the worst part. People moved around him like it was normal, like he belonged there more than they did. I've been trying to place him. Government? No. Private? No. Military? No. He doesn't fit into any structure because he is not part of the system. He defines it. Is this him? Why do I always see owl logos? Oh my god, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. What does the owl mean? They see things? They see ahead? 10 steps ahead? They observe? Wait, they see me? Do they know me? The real me? The FIB agent? This is bad. Need to contact someone closer to me. Who? Can't go to my daughter. No. Ryan? Robert? Bradley? No, 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 no. Ian? Maybe Ian. Faceless are not the beginning. They are not the end. They are the middle. A tool, a mechanism, a perfectly constructed system designed to operate without visibility. Even a system like that requires a purpose, and I think I found it. They're not funded. They are not controlled. They're not even directed in the traditional sense. They are allowed. Allowed to exist, allowed to operate, allowed to reshape everything around them. Because someone, somewhere, has already decided the outcome. And that man in white is not ensuring it happens. He's ensuring it already has. I need to make multiple copies of my notes. I need to make fail-safes. I need to spread this carefully. I need to make recordings. Voice? God. Talon FIB bombing. The attack was not tactical, it was theatrical. Structural damage exceeded necessity. Civilian exposure increased risk profile. Timing ensured maximum visibility. This was not an attempt to eliminate a target, it was an attempt to rewrite perception. Everyone says they wanted to send a message, they didn't. They wanted to prove something. That institutions can be broken, not quietly, but publicly. Talon members are not uniform. That's the mistake in profiling the different backgrounds, different skill sets, different psychological markers. They share one constant: conviction. Not loyalty, not obedience, conviction. It seems this way. They don't follow orders the way others do, they follow belief. This makes them unpredictable, but not random. They act independently, but towards the same outcome. Which means someone doesn't need to control them. They just need to give them a direction. I could be wrong. Are we really throwing Eliza just straight into the fire here, bro? I thought they were reckless. That was my first mistake. I thought they were emotional, angry, reactionary. But I've been reviewing timelines, overlaying events. Looking at what happened after their attacks, that's when it clicked. They don't just destroy, they create conditions. After every major Talon operation, policies change, security tightens, resources shift, people move. They're not just hitting targets, they're forcing the system to reshape itself, and they know exactly how it will react. What are these artifacts that FIB showed? I tried connecting Talon to everything. Funding, leadership, external influence, dead ends, every time. But something kept bothering me. Their operations, they escalate in a way that feels guided. Not controlled, guided. Like someone is setting boundaries. Letting them act, but within a framework. And then I made the mistake of comparing timelines, Talon events, and them. The other group. I wish I hadn't done that. Now another something has popped up. Nest? What is that? Talon? Faceless? Can't do this anymore. I understand. Bitch, no you don't. Watch your mouth. I understand Talon now. They're not trying to win. They're not trying to take control. They are trying to prove something. That the system is fragile, that it can be broken, that it deserves to fall. And they're right. That's not the problem. The problem is they're not the only ones who know it. And unlike Talon, the others don't need to prove it. They've already accounted for it. I need to research these artifacts. The mask? What is this mask the FIB talked about? Material analysis incomplete. Surface doesn't behave consistently. Light absorption irregular. Edge is wrong. It looks simple. That's the problem. No markings, no insignia, no identifiers. But every time I look at it, I feel like I've seen it before. Not in a file, not in a report. Somewhere else. Do not log this officially yet. I'm sorry. Are you logging this shit? Bro, stop it. Unlog this shit right now. I'm addicted. This is the coolest shit ever. Oh, fuck, man. I want to meet this guy so bad. Talon. They don't panic. They don't hesitate. They don't second guess, even under pressure. They act like the outcome is already decided. That's not training. That's not discipline. That's certainty. Where does that come from? Trauma. Fucking up a lot, maybe? Talon isn't random. They aren't chaotic. They aren't even reckless. They're deliberate. In a way that looks like chaos from the outside. Which is why everyone underestimates them. Which is why they keep working. And which is why no one has stopped them. You can't counter something if you're always reacting to it. And we're always reacting. This guy's just glazing the fuck out of Talon, dude. I love it. They're not self-sustaining. That's a flaw in every report. Everyone assumes they built this. They didn't. Something is backing them. Not funding. Backing. There's a difference. Funding implies transaction. This isn't transactional. This is endorsement. Whoever stands behind them doesn't expect returns. No profit trails, no asset recovery, no ownership patterns, which leaves one possibility. The return is not financial. They're an investment in outcome. That means whoever is backing them is not interested in money. They're interested in control, stability, or disruption at a scale I don't fully understand yet. I tried mapping potential high net worth individuals, defense contractors, political shadows. Nothing fits. No one has this level of reach without exposure, unless they're not individuals. Keep seeing Blackwell everywhere. Victor? Oh, that motherfucker's dead. Oh, God.
Daphne/Apple, I have an emergency I have to attend to right after speak to Eliza, okay? If not, I'll help you the next time, okay? I got you.
Another sketch. What does this mask mean? It must be something. It has to be. Mask isn't equipment. It isn't symbolic. It's not even consistent enough to be identified, which means it serves a different purpose. Not to hide identity, to remove it. Not physically, conceptually. I've reviewed that 3 times. It's written like uncertainty. It isn't. It's avoidance. They keep using words like unverified, unconfirmed, no physical shape. Oh, sample. But the pattern is complete. You don't get consistency like this without something real behind it. They're not lacking evidence. They're refusing to define it. The outcome is the evidence. This shit is blowing my mind. I'm kind of scared of Mask now. They don't move loudly. They don't need to. By the time you notice them, you're already standing exactly where they wanted you. I don't think they're building power. I think they are power. And I think, no, I know. They've been here longer than anyone realizes. The Faceless? Hollow? What even is Hollow? A new order? When? Who is this? I saw this person once. Started with the money, because money always talks, even when people don't. Initial expectation, layered shell corporations, offshore routing, predictable laundering patterns. Result, nothing. No consistent origin, no recurring funnel, no accumulation points. Funds appear complete, not transferred, not built, not even moved in a way that makes sense. This is not laundering. Every operation I've linked to them is overfunded, not just sufficient, excessive. Equipment beyond necessity, personnel beyond requirement, redundancy layered over redundancy. This isn't budgeting, this is assurance, which means one thing. They are not worried about running out. Follow-up trace attempt, cross-reference 17 shell entities tied to suspected activity. All dead ends. Not hidden empty. Like someone built the illusion of a financial trail for people like me to follow. Final note, they don't generate money, they don't move money, they are given access to it. Look into the Blackwell family. Oh my god. They've seen compliance, hierarchy collapse, immediate submission, and they're still asking if it exists? No. That's not a question, that's hesitation. Because confirming it means accepting something worse. That control can exist without structure, without ownership, without visibility. I'm starting to lose my mind. I don't even know what I've been sketching. They're looking at it wrong. The mask isn't granting authority. It isn't even creating it. It's identifying it. Like a signal or a key. The FIB thinks someone wears a mask, people obey. But what if it's someone who can be obeyed? Is able to wear the mask? That flips everything. That means the mask isn't transferable. The mask isn't usable by anyone. The mask isn't the source. It's a filter. What the fuck is going on right now? I'm freaking out. I keep trying to name them. Every report needs a name. Every system needs a label. It's how we control things, categorize them, reduce them. But no, they don't fit. They avoid definition. I tried calling them then a syndicate, then a cell, all wrong. Why am I wrong? How explain something I don't understand? No one understands. Yo, I gotta get this guy. Yo! Hey, you're just way too systematic, brother. Those things have structure you can trace. You can follow money, orders, hierarchies. This is something else. They don't operate like an organization. They operate like a condition. I've started noticing patterns. Not actions, not events, absences. Things that should happen, they don't. Investigations that stall for no reason. Warrants that never get signed. Transfers that get lost. At first I thought it was incompetence. It isn't. It's interference without presence. Like someone is adjusting the outcome before it occurs. Who is doing this? Sorry, jousting. You guys are gonna have to wait a moment. I am literally feasting. Positioned across the street, second floor, direct line of sight through front glass, laying seated. 3 individuals across from him, one wearing a skull mask. Body language relaxed and formal, no visible tension, but something's wrong. They weren't leading the conversation and neither was he. There were pauses longer than normal, and in those pauses they waited, not for him to speak, for something else. Mapped movements inside Rooster's Rest. Staff patterns. Normal, consistent, predictable. Visitors, inconsistent entry, consistent exit timing. Average interaction time, 3 to 5 minutes. That's not enough time to negotiate, plan, establish trust, which means they're not building anything there. They're confirming it. Unless... Rooster's Rest isn't a front. It isn't a meeting place. It isn't even a safe location. It's something else, a filter. People don't go there to plan. They go there to confirm alignment, to check if they're still on the same path. And Lang doesn't give orders there. He doesn't need to, because if you're sitting across from him, you already know what you're supposed to do. Mapped movement inside Rooster's Rest. Staff patterns. Normal, consistent, predictable. Visitors. Inconsistent entry, consistent exit timing. Average interaction time, 3 to 5 minutes. That's not enough time to negotiate, plan, establish trust, which means they're not building anything there. They're confirming it, unless... Okay! Enough is enough! I need to stop before I lose myself. I need to make copies of all my findings on Talon, on the faces, on everyone. Must give FIB files to a trusted person in case something happens to me. Remember, every day this person will sweep Legion Square and check for my notes underneath the east benches closest to the water, underneath bench drops. Black King chess piece he will give Talon FIB files. White King chess piece he will give Faceless FIB files. Note saying Angel, I will drop him off files. Whenever I do drops, I must check the benches 24 hours after. Okay, so give this man FIB files on Talon and the Faceless. I'm not going to keep copies anywhere around me. It's way too dangerous. Amanda, if you ever see this, just know I have been watching over you for years and years. I have friends in high places. They are militant. Forrest, Johnson, I trust them. They will watch. Oh, shit. They'll watch over you. I'm sorry, Amanda. I hope you understand this is the only way to try to take down Talon and the Faceless. They are not hiding. They are not hiding. They are not hiding. We are looking in the wrong place. They don't exist in the shadows. That's the mistake. Everyone thinks they're hiding in darkness. They're not. They're embedded, integrated. They don't need to hide when they are part of the system itself. You cannot remove something that was never separate. I understand now, or at least enough of it. Talon was noise, violence, impact, statement. Easy to track, easy to follow. That's why it started there. But they... No, not they, it. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need to because it isn't reacting to the system. It's shaping it. I thought I could use them, leverage them, point them at Talon and let them do what they do. That was my mistake. You don't point something like this. You either fall in line with it or you become something it removes. I was about to understand enough, and that's more dangerous than knowing everything. Dude, like, To whoever is reading this, no, that's wrong. This isn't for you. This is for me. Because I need to see it written down. They don't recruit the way others do. There's no pattern, no pipeline, no visible selection process, and yet they only take people who are already aligned, it seems. Aligned with what? That's the part I can't prove, but I can feel it in the data. And the overlaps and the way certain individuals appear across unrelated operations. Red mask? Skull? It's like they don't build people into something. They recognize something that's already there. I think they're selecting for a mindset, a very specific one. People who understand that control isn't about force, it's about timing, positioning, silence. People who don't need recognition because they understand recognition is exposure. I don't think they fear being seen. I think they find it irrelevant, which is scary. Guys, holy shit. Pigeon. Bench. Chess piece. Note.